Hello guys, it's Masterpiece here, and today we're gonna go over today's ban list. This ban list sort of came out of nowhere, but Bandai did tell us they're gonna do more ban lists more frequently. So, not too surprised. Why I'm surprised are some of these cards. First up is gonna be Blossommon. Blossommon is a bit of a surprise pick because I guess Bloomler hasn't been topping too frequently, but I guess maybe they think it's gonna be the next topper, or also they just want to change things up. As I've been noticing that's sort of changing what green does, which we'll go over more later, but we need to go over all the cards in general. So yeah, Blossommon, why they get restricted? When using plant vegetation fairy decks, this card can easily digivolve to level 6. Even with very little memory, this limits the future game design possibilities for green cards and the plant decks. It also removes the need for another level 5 card Digisorption. For these reasons, we decided to restrict this card to 1 copy per deck. Yes, I have to agree. Since green has a lot more Digisorption options, so this is not like the end of the world. They just did this to add more variety to the deck, as he said. So yeah, not a bad hit. I can see why, because definitely similar to some decks, you just go into level 5. And what happens after that is typically your Bloom Lord and your Hydramon will gain you memory, or make your opponent lose memory. So because of that, you're sort of going to a Mega for like 1 or 2 or less. So totally can see why. I'm not a green player, so maybe they're a bit more sad than me, but I see why. Okay, this is what I'm happy about. EX2 Impmon. I don't care what art you have, as long as it has that card number EX2039, Impmon, you got hit. You got restricted to 1. Yes, let's see why Bandai wants to hit you. In current Beelzemon decks, this card has an effect that can trash an additional card from the deck when this card is trashed. You can get too easy to build up cards in the trash. Yes, thank you. Additionally, it removes the need for using cards such as ST14 Ayamako to place a card at the top of your deck. Yes, so it can activate an effect when it's trashed from the deck, accelerating game speed and limiting future game design possibilities for cards that reference the number of cards in your trash. For these reasons, we decided to restrict this card to 1 copy per deck. Thank you. Yeah, Impmon was a piece of trash because first, even your opponent bricked a bit, and you think, oh, I'm gonna have a fun game. I'm going to just do my thing and set up, or delete your board. I feel confident. They trash luckily when digivolving and trash this Impmon. Let's say there's like 3. They're just trashing half their deck right there and then, as they trash about 3. No, it's about 6, 9, 12 cards right there and then. It's infuriating. And Ayamako only. Well, first, Ayamako is balanced. I think Ayamako is great, but also Ayamako can help you use that 1 of 4 EX2 Impmon you have in your hand, and that's crazy. As you can sort of consistently trash like 3 more each turn when you digivolve with Ayamako. So yeah, I will go over more about this ban or restriction, I should say. So yeah, we'll move on. Next is Promo Wargarurumon. One of the earliest cards that came to Digimon is getting hit. So why to get hit? In current decks that use BT9's Wargarurumon X-Antibody, a quick defeat is possible using this card. It doesn't have an extreme power in current play environments, but this card limits the future game design possibilities for the decks that reference the name Garurumon. For this reason, we decided to restrict this card to 1 copy per deck. Okay. Is this sad? Yeah, it's a bit sad. It's really, but I can see why it got hit. Since some cards do have to pay a certain toll for unsuspending, like by trashing cards in a hand, and this card just doesn't do that. You just have to be a Garurumon. You need a Garurumon underneath and you can unsuspend. That's really cheap for them. They don't really care. And the hurdle was really good. Security attack +1. So I can definitely see why I got hit. Don't forget, these cards are not banned. These cards are just restricted. So you're still using your deck. So yeah, the game's still gonna be balanced with it. And what's good about hearing about this card is that they're thinking about how to build the next Garurumon deck. So that means there's more support in the future, which is kind of obvious. So, pretty excited for that. Maybe it will come out in BT15, maybe, because Agumon got its support in BT14. So, as like rival counterpart, might get some more support in BT15. Excited to see that. Not too sad about this, but yeah. Alright. Here we got promo Grand Kuwagamon. Okay, so I guess they're hitting a lot of OTK decks. Or at least, yeah, the sort of like BT9-ish meta. And it's kind of understandable because when I see this deck, this deck is sort of... I wouldn't say it's... No, it's pretty broken. If your deck doesn't run security bombs, they can end you right there and then. So because of that, this card is plenty scary and I don't like it. Now, let's see why they banned or why they restricted this card. As this card can add multiple activations of security attack +1, this card allows decks with BT9 Grand's Kuwagamon to easily defeat an opponent in a short amount of time. Correct. Because it alone, if it did have an X-Antibody version, we'll just check. Let's say for some reason there's a mega stack you have. It'll just check 10 times, and that's it. You have to do another Digimon and go for game. Because you can do Grandis Kuwagamon, you can swing it unsuspend and just go for game with that. And then you can do more stuff by going to hybrid after that. If your opponent really try to stop you, because your opponent is really good at the game. But you did hybrid, you tapped me, whatever. So yeah, I can agree on this. I can agree that sometimes the promo Grand Kuwaga is a bit broken. So yeah, Grand Kuwagamon can easily defeat an opponent in a short amount of time. The attack player has a few minutes for defense, and this card can be used in play environments for longer than we expected. That's true. For these reasons, this card limits the future game design possibilities for the decks that reference Grand Kuwagamon or is like to it. Therefore, we decided to restrict this card to 1 copy per deck. Okay. I really hope that when they say possibilities for the deck, that they are not just talking about yeah, I just don't like this card. I just want to restrict it. What I hear in my head is that BT15 is gonna have Tentomon. That's a speculation, but if they're saying accessory cards, hoping for Ancient Kabuterimon or Metal Kabuterimon to support God. I mean Mega Kabuterimon can support, or Garurumon can support. That's exciting. Gallantmon Tamer support always comes out, so don't worry about this. You have more Impmon too, so it's not big problem. Like we're getting support in EX4. EX4 doesn't have Impmon support, but again, we see that Tamers keep getting support, so don't worry about it. Really don't worry about it. Digisorption, you have more options. You're gonna have more Digisorption cards. They're just trying to out something new. So let's go over the, I believe, competitive scene. Let's see why you got hit. Go, you Beelzemon X-Antibody fans. This is why you got hit. Do you see this? This is half of a tournament getting topped. I'm not sure it's top 16, top 8, but you represent half the top body. Everyone else tried their damn hardest to try and be at the top, but because your deck is a bit broken, you're just winning too much. And you may see in my gameplay videos that Beelzemon loses a lot, but notice that it's a best of 1. I'm just trying to show a positive environment by showing that Beelzemon can lose, but also majority of the time Beelzemon and my locals win just because it's a pretty unbalanced deck. And here is about more than a third of the top 16 in Oceania's regionals. And these deck either have to like counter Beelzemon, or I think they just don't have a chance. The only time they have a chance at top 16 is that they didn't even go against Beelzemon, or they got lucky when the 1 or 2 times they did. Okay, Jojobi League, I don't know when it happened here for Eggman's like coverage, but Jojobi League. Surprisingly, there's no Beelzemon here, but nor do I know what this means. I don't know. This should be interesting though. Bloom Lord. Maybe this was like a custom thing. I don't know. Beelzemon covered the 1/4 tier in Italian regionals. I'm not sure how many Italia, but that's good. Healthy. Guy Force Gaming, I don't really count that as coverage. It's something they have to do a limited pool. Yeah. But yeah, maybe next up in the meta will be Blue Flare a lot more, and Hunters, and Red Hybrid. So those are top 3 decks you might be seeing. Yeah, Beelzemon covering half, covering more than half, covering half, covering half. I'm saying right here. And yeah, Beelzemon obviously had too much coverage, sort of like Black or Greymon during Nationals. How they ran over the whole top 32 section. So yeah, totally understandable. I'm happy that Beelzemon got hit. I hate you. A lot of players left the community and waiting till this set's over because of you, Beelzemon Players. So suck it. Yes. So next is my Ultimate Cup. I just want to see why Bloomlord got hit, and we can see in the Ultimate Cup in BT11 that like Bloomlord did well. It did half. Now, in Gaia Force Gaming, we don't count these really. Ultimate Cup again did about like almost half. Bloomlord again doing a third, like doing more than a third, doing a third. Bloomlord has been stronger in Ultimate Cup, which means that if we don't keep it in control, Bloomlord can be unbalanced out of nowhere at any point. Which is why I see why I got hit. They're a bit scared of its potential once they release a new card. So because of that, to not be overly stressed about that, have a toxic, player base in the future. They just want to get rid of it right now. Next, we're looking at the future meta, and we see that Bloomlord hasn't been topping too much. But you know what's crazy? Beelzemon still gets tops. It's still a tier 1 deck for many sets throughout the way. And we see here for the green decks and teacher in BT13 that Bloomlord and Rosemon, they don't cover a huge amount like Shine Greymon in 36 decks, but they do cover 16 in total. I'm saying 16 in total because both contain Blossommon out of 4 of. Blossommon is consistently used, but is that needed? Not really. If you look in, well, here's some proof you guys need to see about people's lists. That's a Rosemon list. It's a Bloomlord. No, I might switch it up. Yeah. What I noticed in the new green Digimon cards that have Digisorption is that they're not Digivolving for 0 anymore. They're Digivolving for 1 essentially. And I think BANDAI just doesn't want any more Digimon to Digivolve from 0. And these Digimon do have good inheritables, so it's not bad. Or good effects with it. They're not just vanillas anymore, they're Digivolve for 0. So Pissmon gives you DP. Cherrymon is just a good blocker. And Entomon can let you unsuspend. And also it's a vegetation, so it still fits within many deck. Yeah, all these cards I believe are vegetation. So yeah, it still fits within deck. But my question is, if they're worried about this card, what does that mean for X-Antibody? Are X-Antibody gonna be out of the meta, or X-Antibody gonna change? Because we looked into X-Antibody card, they Digivolve for 0 in the black text. On top, and they typically get you draws, they get you searches for free. Because Agumon X Digivolve on top of Agumon let you search top 3. That's crazy. And then Metal Greymon X gives you Secret Attack +1 and a DV boost. That's crazy. And just some of these cards are just seeming to be broken, especially Cool Boy. Cool Boy is what makes every X-Antibody deck really broken. You can gain so much benefit from it just turn 1. Turn 1 alone, you can search for a piece. That turn, every turn after, you get a memory and draw 1. Once you Digivolve into X-Antibody with the same level. Now, if this costs more, maybe it might have been more balanced. It costs 3, maybe 3 memory, 4 memory. It might have been more balanced, but still, yeah. So I'm thinking X-Antibody might change a bit in how they operate as a mechanic. Maybe they won't give that much benefit when Digivolving or when attacking. Maybe it'll cost 1 from now on. Maybe Cool Boys will get restricted. I'm not sure what will happen with X-Antibody. That's my guess, my take on it. So that's it for the ban list. Just to recap, restriction on Blossommon, restriction on EXU Impmon, restriction on Garurumon, restriction on Grand Kawagumon. Yeah. these 4 cards got restricted. There might be more restrictions in the future since Shigaremon is still a menace in GP meta. For now, I'm happy with this restriction list for the English side of the card format. So yeah. What do you guys think about this restriction list? Is it fair? Is it great? Leave it down in the comments below. And hope you guys have a great day, or not. The choice is yours. Goodbye.